So it's been 20 weeks since we first met you. How's the journey been so far?
Absolutely fantastic. I've learnt so much and taken the business so much further than I ever expected. The mentors that I had, Stephen and Donal from BNZ, they have been fantastic all the way through. I think the biggest part of it for me was them opening my mind to other ways of expanding the business, but also to revisit the original plan that I had to make sure it was actually something that was realistic. The time frames that I had initially, I know that we spoke right at the beginning that I had some really set deadlines. I've come to learn that those weren't quite as realistic as I'd have liked them to be.
Just take us through, so when we first met you, from my memory, there were a couple of things. So you had your business and you had a plan, but also your app was a big part of that.
The app's a really exciting thing. You asked me earlier about how excited I am. I've gone from very excited, speaking to you first, to really not very excited about this at all, and moving it back up to really excited again.
So on that journey back towards excitement, it's worth pursuing and it will pay off.
Absolutely.
And it'll be worth it in the end.
And I've got investors that are very interested in as well. So that's always very encouraging when you think, oh, there are other people willing to put their money where their mouth is.
So Kay, one of the things that's been great about this is that we see the journey you've been on, right? But for you personally, what's it been like? Because it sounds like there's been lots of ups, downs. Like, how have you dealt with that? Because I think we all know running a small business is hard.
I think a lot of it is having really good support networks around you. And both in the business community and at home, but certainly in the business community. One of the great things about Supersize SME is others in the business community become aware of what you're doing. It's given us huge publicity. The things like being in the New Zealand magazine, being in the New Zealand Herald, right down to the Nelson Marlborough Institute of Technology. One of their tutors is using these videos as part of their learning for their business students. And so those kinds of things obviously give us a huge amount of publicity.
So, what next? Talk to us a little bit around what you see coming up.
Okay, so we're definitely still working on the app. I have far more realistic timeframes with regards to that, and also far more realistic budget. By working with Stephen and Donal and a mentor in Nelson, it's shown me that in order to get the returns that I'm looking for, I need to invest a little bit more money. But by having the expertise now sitting around me, I know that it's money well spent.
So I asked the 1 out of 10 question. 10, it's blown your mind. 1, it's been a bust. How would you score it?
Definitely a 10. Yep, absolutely. It has. If I'd been left on my own to do what I'm doing, I'd possibly get there in about another 12, 18 months' time. It's certainly fast-tracked me to where I want to go.
Wow, brilliant.